Imagine spending 6 months applying for remote jobs and never getting a single interview. Imagine that. And I believe that is the case for most of us here. And I have had quite a lot of cases of people who have been applying for jobs and they have not gotten any single interview. And it's not because they are unqualified, it's not because the remote job is fake, it's not because they're being scammed, it's just because that they're applying in the wrong websites. And so you'll hear someone telling you that they are in a particular career, but they are applying in a different website that is not related to that career. And that can be actually an issue. And so I normally see this every single day. People message me saying, I've applied for 300 jobs, I've applied for 500 jobs. And I think that remote jobs are scam because I'm not getting my way into remote work. But today I want just to debunk that and be able just to break it down that to what might be happening, to what might be the issue on why you're not getting into remote work. And I keep on asking each and every person that comes either for coaching session or telling me that they have not been getting jobs. I normally ask them are they applying for these jobs? Where are you applying for these jobs? And this is something that I'll ask you. Where are you applying for this job? And every time that I ask that question, they are always using websites that are either do not specialize in remote work or they're using remote job boards incorrectly. Yeah. So in today's session, I'm going to share 8 websites that thousands of people use to actually find legitimate remote jobs that we have also tried, and you've gotten people into remote work using those websites. And then I'll also tell you which website is the best for beginners, which one is the best for those who are experienced, and the mistakes that you should avoid on every platform. So before we skip into it, let me tell you something that many creators are not going to tell you, or many people who are coaching you into remote work are not going to tell you. No website will magically give you a remote job. These websites simply connect you with employers. All right. So you still need an ATS compliant CV. You still need a well optimized LinkedIn profile. You need to have a tailored application, and then you need to have good interview skills. Think of these websites as supermarkets. Just because you walk into a supermarket does not mean that you are going to have food jumping into your basket. You still have to choose the right products. The same actually applies also with remote work job hunting. So now let's begin with our first website. First, guys, I know some of you have just gotten into this video and you're meeting me for the first time. I just want to introduce myself at this point. My name is Joan Batila. I work as a project manager for different companies in the US, in the UK, in Ireland, and yeah, I currently work with those 3 countries. I also help people who want to get into remote work. I am founder of Fortune Academy, which is an academy that is basically focusing on 4 things. Number one is that to help you to get into remote work, you who is still struggling. Number two, to help the one who doesn't have skills but want to get into remote work, equip them with skills. Number three is outsourcing, to just have companies reaching out to us and having them to have connecting them with actually the right candidates in Africa. The number four is for those companies that are already working remotely and they are looking for someone to help them and train their employees on how to be productive and how to be good remote workers. And so if you are interested in any of those services, please just feel free to reach out. We have a variety of services on those 4 categories. Feel free to reach out to us. Our number is actually on the description of this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please, guys, this is also an opportunity just to allow you to subscribe. I'm recording this when my YouTube channel is on 418 subscribers. And so it's my request that you try and help me to get to 1,000 subscribers when you watch this. I don't know when you'll watch this. Maybe you will watch this when we are already at 1,000, but try and help us to get there. So the first website is FlexJobs. If you're a beginner, this is one of the safest websites available. That means that they remove any scam. That is the good news with FlexJobs. Unfortunately, remote job world has actually changed, and there's so many fake employers asking for you to pay money or to share your personal information. And so FlexJobs helps to reduce that risk, but you have to subscribe to the platform. Yeah, they don't give you those services for free. So you have to subscribe to the platform. And some people ask me, why should we pay for platforms that actually offer remote jobs? It's because someone has put in effort and time to go and vet those jobs for you, vet the scams in those jobs, and brought it together so that you can get an easy way of just applying them. So that is why people charge for those platforms. It's valid actually, given that they put in time and resources and energy. So uh, now, one thing that you should know is that this platform is never free. So it charges a subscription. Maybe some of you have subscribed to it. And people ask me if it's worth paying. My answer is yes. If you are serious about remote work, you are actively applying, you should use it. So who should use FlexJobs? Especially if you're a beginner, you can actually use FlexJobs. If you're changing careers, you can use FlexJobs. If you're a professional, you can use FlexJobs. And so if you decide to use FlexJobs, this is what I'm going to tell you. Please make sure that you apply daily. Make sure that you set email alerts. Make sure that you complete your profile on FlexJobs so that you may be seen. And then customize every application. All right. Great. So now let's move to the largest communities online, one of the largest remote communities online. Sorry. So, which is this site? Site number 2 is We Work Remotely. This website has existed for many years. Many years it has been free. And so last year they decided to monetize it because people were doing what? Were using it for right. Someone goes and gets jobs from We Work Remotely and then they put it on their website and they monetize. And so it's called We Work Remotely. Thousands of companies actually post jobs here every month. You will find jobs in either customer support, in virtual assistant, in marketing, in sales, in software development, in writing, in design, in project management. These all are on that platform. It's an all-together platform. So the companies posting here already committed to remote work, are already committed to remote work. So you are not convincing someone to allow you to work remotely. The company is already remote. So when you are using this website, that is the We Work Remotely website, please don't just apply to every job. Read the job description carefully. If they ask for experience using Slack, mention Slack. If they ask for Notion, mention Notion. Sorry, Slack and Notion, kind of. Anyway, if they ask for Slack, mention Slack. If they ask for Notion, mention that Notion that they have said there. Why? Because these are the way you integrate keywords into your whatever that you are saying through your CV. All right, because the applicant tracking system is going to track your application and to measure if this application actually fits into the job that you have applied for. And so when you put in the keywords, it's going to boost your CV to be rated higher when it comes to the applicant tracking system and to be among the best candidates. The third platform is remote.co. I really like this website because it doesn't just list jobs. It actually teaches you how remote companies work. So use the website so well, remote.co. It teaches you how remote companies think. All right. They have a blog, they have interview tips, they have career advice, and this is something that you can think actually to go to if you are still struggling in these areas. So who should use this platform? First, administrative assistance is one of the best platforms that you can use. HR, those of you in human resource or recruitment, you can use this. Sales, those of you in customer support, you can use this site. So if you're preparing for interviews and you've gotten an interview, you can actually go to this site and read the employer's advice section on how you can pass the interviews. Because sometimes companies literally tell you what they're looking for, and we choose actually to omit and assume what they're looking for. And I've seen that even in my advertisement. You put a detail on something and the people miss out on that detail. I tell you how I want you to apply for the job and then you miss out on that detail. So go and read the instructions. The other platform is Remotive. And this is actually where now you start working with startups on Remotive. If you've ever dreamt about working in fast growing company, this is a site that you can go and check out. So Remotive is an excellent option. It's fast paced. The companies there are fast paced. The company there are going to give you learning opportunities. The companies there are going to give you a higher responsibility because they're just startups. They are growing, so you're going to get a lot of growth. And so most startup jobs may require you to be very flexible. So if you're someone who is very flexible and you really love growth and learning and higher responsibility and a fast-paced environment, this is something that you can consider. So if you're someone who likes structure, make sure that you understand also the startup culture before you apply, because this is for people who are still figuring out. Startups are still figuring out. All right. And then also you can have a newsletter from this site. You can also have daily alerts from this site. So you can apply with that. The other site is Indeed. Most people think that Indeed is only for local jobs. That is actually not true. So you use Indeed very well, and you are supposed to have the filters that are required for you to get the role or to get the thing that you want to. So use filters like remote, use filters like work from home, use filters like anywhere, worldwide. All right, use these things. And then it's a platform that I majorly recommend if you are going to do a company review, either on salary, on job alerts, or on the ranges that you would want to know. Indeed is a good platform that you can go. So, for example, you are being asked how much you want to be paid and you don't know, you have no idea. Indeed is where you're supposed to go and do research. So, don't apply with the same CV every time. Again, I keep on repeating, guys, try as much as possible to make your CV to fit into the job description that you are applying for. My favorite, LinkedIn. I've gotten quite a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn, and you guys know it. And the other thing is that also I've helped quite a lot of people to get into remote work through LinkedIn, and I think you also know. So this might actually surprise you. LinkedIn is not just a social media platform. It's actually one of the biggest hiring platforms in the world. Imagine this. On LinkedIn, LinkedIn was basically created, and the app was created for jobs, guys, to connect people with jobs. And so employers and employees are there. If someone wants to hire, actually they go on LinkedIn. They don't go on TikTok, they don't go on Instagram or Twitter, they go on LinkedIn. So you really need to have a good profile on LinkedIn. First, have a headline that is good, have a banner that is well done, an about section that is well done, skills, the recommendation. You have to network also on LinkedIn. Don't just sit there, man. Can you send connections? If you have 10 connections, do you know you can actually build those connections to 100 in a week? Try and send out connections and connect with people without a note first, and build your LinkedIn presence and be there. And then there are jobs that are easy to apply. And then you can also connect with recruiters and ask them for jobs if you want to. LinkedIn is such I call it a gold mine. It's such a gold mine, and please don't sleep on your LinkedIn. I have quite a lot of opportunities from LinkedIn, and I know you also. If you start being serious today, you will actually get there. The other platform is ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter works differently. Instead of only searching, the platform recommends you to jobs. So you have to put your profile so well. And this is where now I say that when you narrow down onto one platform, on one career, it is going to make it easy. So you can be, there is a matching algorithm when it comes to ZipRecruiter, and you really need to complete your profile on ZipRecruiter. So update your CV and then have notifications, all right? Who benefits on ZipRecruiter? Someone who is experienced. So if you're an experienced professional, you can go on ZipRecruiter and just check it out. I mean, guys, ZipRecruiter is a good site, but now for experience. I see quite a lot of beginners there, but beginners try other sites. Indeed is for, yeah, it's for experienced. Glassdoor is the other side. Glassdoor is one of my favorite search tools. I actually use Glassdoor a lot, especially for medical virtual assistants. Guys, if you're a medical virtual assistant, try as much as possible and just explore Glassdoor. All right. So on Glassdoor, you can actually learn about the culture of the companies. Interview questions, you can actually get them on Glassdoor. Employee reviews, and actually the other career that you can get on Glassdoor is data entry. Very good at data entry and medical virtual assistant roles. You can actually be able just to get them there. And then employee benefits. And actually, when I say when I say about medical virtual assistant, even medical billing and coding, you guys can check out there. So it has employee reviews about the company, the culture, the interview questions that you might expect to be asked, and you have to use it well during interviews. Before interviews, go to Glassdoor and see the possible question that you might be asked according to the career that you've applied. All right. So try as much as possible to use Glassdoor to actually do what? To prepare you for interviews in the career that you've applied for. So let me finish by sharing 5 mistakes that I see people making now that I've coached people for almost 2 years right now as a remote work coach and someone who has actually strategized people and helped them to get into remote work. The first mistake that I normally say is that you apply to 100 jobs with one CV. Please stop. Please change your CV. And I've noticed that actually people don't know how to change their CV to fit into job description. So maybe I'll do a video about that. Number 2, don't ignore your LinkedIn. Please optimize your LinkedIn and please use your LinkedIn well. Use your LinkedIn well. Today I'm even massaging you so that you can just go and use your LinkedIn well. The other thing is that you don't have portfolio for social media management, customer service, and VA. You know, there's recently I advertised a job in one of my communities, and I told them to send me a DM. Yeah, so one of the things that people missed is that they didn't send me a DM, they replied to the message in my community instead of sending a DM. The other mistake is that when I kept on telling people that please send me a portfolio, most of the people actually gray ticked or blue ticked that information. It was a social media management and digital marketing position that we are hiring. And so I was wondering, why are you applying for a job like that without a portfolio? You must have a portfolio if you want to work as a social media manager or you want to work as a digital marketing specialist. And the other thing is that also people missed out on this, or people who had portfolios, some of them didn't know how to present themselves well on portfolio. So learn from this experience so that you can be able to grow from that. And then the other thing is that you don't follow up. Once you apply, you are not following up. Please follow up. Please follow up. And then the other thing is that also you give up very very early. Like you apply for 10 jobs, no response, you want to go. Today I met one of my students. I think today I'm recording this on 24th of July. She knows herself. And she was telling me that she had applied for 30 jobs and she didn't get any response. So she almost gave up a day before yesterday. And you know what happened is that yesterday the applications that she did, she got an interview from that application. So I just asked her, what if you actually gave up a day before yesterday? Please don't give up. You might never know when your breakthrough is coming. All right. I know people who have over applied for over 150 jobs before getting 1 year, and that 1 year completely changed their lives. So don't give up, keep on growing. Sometimes you are only one application away, so don't give up. So if this video has helped you guys, please give it a thumbs up. Just like hapo chini, this one I'm talking to Kenyans because they know Swahili. Just give it a thumbs up because it helps more people to discover the channel. I will also want to know in the comment section which of these websites are you going to try first. Which one should I do a detailed video on how to use them? A one-on-one detailed video with a recording from my laptop on how to use it. And if you're already using one of them, tell us about your experience. Yeah, your comment might just encourage someone who is about to give up. And if you're serious about getting into remote work, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I mean, you cannot be watching my YouTube channel and not subscribing to it, and then you're telling me you're serious about getting into remote work. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because every week I'm going to share practical strategies on finding remote jobs, optimizing your CV, improving your LinkedIn, preparing for interviews, and building a sustainable remote career. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that remote work is not reserved for the lucky few. With the right skills and the right strategy and consistent effort, you can build a global career from anywhere, from wherever you are. All right, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next video, which will be next week. This time around I won't skip. I know last week I skipped a video just overwhelmed, going through a tough time, but I'm back now, and next week we are going to have another video, but we're going to have an interesting conversation. Let me know what do you want me to talk about in the comment section. The first comment actually, anaenda kupata video next week. All right, thank you so much, and God bless you, and bye, and see you all at the top. Bye.